Good day, everyone. How y'all doing? Thanks for stopping by and tuning in, as always. So I just already shared myself out. Just shared myself out prior to starting, before starting the stream, prior to. All right, so eh, this is a little different. I've never, far as done a particular type of uh story, or I don't know, in a sense of where where another fellow YouTube pilot has been, why they've been missing in action or whatnot. I've just never done it before, so this is the first. Y'all might think, "Oh, I'm on a roll now." As is just doing random pop up stuff. I guess it's I don't know. Once again, rest in peace, rest in heaven, paradise to Madam Jenny, aka Tennessee Fly Girl. Um, so yep, y'all come on in, long, and I ain't gonna be here long. I'm not even gonna do the share screen once again, because that's gonna take up too much time. I'll just put far as well. No, there's no link to. But I mean, well, if you type Nancy's name as far as the in the search bar, it'll pop up uh her being cameo appearances of being a special guest on other pilot channels that are, I guess, still around. Yeah. Just type in Pilot Nancy and you'll find, yeah, her being a guest, like I said, on other aviation channels, big and small. But she was a big YouTuber herself in her own right, in her own way. And so, yeah, they're going to get right to it. Basically, this is not new. This is actually old of her leaving uh, just the internet in general, all her socials, including her website. She took all of that domain stuff now. Uh, I read some Reddit article last month that I never thought of before that of you know where she had been, but I'll just start from the beginning before we even get to that subject matter at hand. So I've been following her or came across her page 20 mid maybe end of 2019, maybe going into 2020 visions. With COVID-19 as is. That's when she started to get a buzz because according to one of her videos she had up then was her being furloughed with the airlines or regionals, that is, due to the pandemic or pandemic, I should say. Everybody would call it pandemic. And that's where that particular video like went through the roof, and like she pretty much made a name for herself during that time or during that point, to where she was, from there on out, you know, uh, teaching because she is also too a certified flight instructor. I think well just for helicopters and not for regular flight with piston engine planes and stuff. But she's actually her channel's been around for a decade. Um, she back then first was, yes, training how to fly and get her private pilot's license and all that. Um, I wasn't around at that time, so then no. So her channel was actually small back then. But they're saying, at some point once you do get big on the internet, people do tend to go back to your older videos and where how you got started. People still do that to this day. So it's like with me, once my channel gets off the ground, you know, then the people will do the same thing, go run back into my older videos and see how I got my start. In this case, like I said, coming from being an ex truck driver, comes from the truck community on there, on here. But I didn't, what I'm saying? I didn't just start my whole life or as far as career in trucking. It was always and is always about aviation for me. So I was just coming off the heels of being an extra truck driver and following such trucking channels, and then like, no, I need to get back to my aviation ambitions, with stuff and content that I've always followed ever since YouTube's been around since 2006. I followed plenty of aviation channels back then. Like I said, she wasn't one of them. She didn't come, her account it's 2012, 2013, 14, 15. Channels I was following then of aviation channels, they weren't real life aviation channels or real life pilots. They were simulated pilots inspired, I guess, into getting in aviation, but they were simulated pilots during that time. And I remember their names like it was yesterday. First guy's not his name, but his channel name is Cessna 154. Um, like I said, he was a simulator channel during that time and had his own website, I think called Cafe or uh what is it, blog post. Because blogging was popular back then. Blogging wasn't popular. Blogs weren't really a thing until as of the past maybe 5, 7 years now. Vlogging became popular as it is here on the internet. But back then, it written no such thing as vlogging. It was blogging, blogging your day to day basis, what you're doing in form. So blogging and forums were popular back then than they are nowadays. It's blogging at its finest, as of what it seems like the future or something. I don't know. Back MySpace, Tag, Facebook is still here, but MySpace, nobody's probably even hardly still use MySpace as far as tagging on it goes. But yeah, Cessna 154's channel, and then other guy, John 5700. The channel's probably still up, but it hadn't produced no content since then. But they were the top simulator aviation channel players back then when YouTube first came out. And they were for the first like 5 or 6 years putting out content. Okay, Cessna 150 channel, Cessna 154's channel. That guy's name is Patrick, I guess. And his last set of videos, as far as I know, was eight years ago. At PEP Cessna PC. Okay, PC Airlines. So you go to videos. Let's say you put some out a year ago. I'm saying as far as 5 years ago was his last, as far as a simulator center video. Recent simulator videos of his was a year ago. But before that, 5, 7, we'll say 7 years. Okay, then he had done, yes, some real life flight training videos on the plane, but 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, no, like 14, 15 years ago, him posting videos. But the other guy, John 5700, see. Yep, his channel's still there. And when was the last time he posted? Well, it says 8 years ago, 8 years ago, 8 years ago, 9, 9. Okay. Well, yeah, we go back 14, 15 years, what I mean, of posting back then during that time. And what, 1, 2, 3 years from now, well, by 2026, it'll be 20 years, a 20-year anniversary since YouTube has been around. If they still hang around or stay around, if they're still here by then. So yeah, that's a long time. So yeah, I was following them. They were making videos all the way up until like 2015, 2016. I don't think 2017. But Nancy Bradshaw was, just getting her start prior to that. Like I said, 2012, 2013. Like I said, channels no more. Just doing simulated videos. I mean, not simulated. I mean, flight training video logs. Where you get a private pilot license? And then, like I said, as time went on, 4 or 5 years ago, she got her way as far as working in the regionals. She's had her past life before the internet, though, of working in the military as being an aerospace engineer or something like that. She's told the story several times on her channel up to date. Um, and like I said, she 2 years ago got a helicopter rating as far as the instruct in helicopters. But yeah, I came across the channel 2019, 2020, like right after her, like I said, getting blowing up on getting furloughed. It didn't go like viral, like hit a million views. No, her channel, or a particular video on her channel, hadn't reached a million views yet. Only far as channel views, yes, way over a million. And she only had like 80,000 subscribers up until this point. So it was just 20,000 shy of 100. So she couldn't like see that, see that that opportunity, or see that thing excuse me, of reaching 100,000 subscribers and receiving that YouTube award thing when when you get to a certain amount level of subscribers. Well, Uh, so that furlough video probably I think had like 200,000 some views on it. So I started following her around that point because she popped up in my recommendations and notifications, and I subbed to her. Recommendations, and I subbed to her, and I have been following along ever since. And I actually used to share her out the past 2 years, the last 2 years. And then as of this year, as of New Year's, I actually stopped sharing her out, but no particular reason or whatsoever. I just recently stopped sharing. I mean, then again, you know, normally have as far as always share as far as somebody who's already has subscribers and already is in the algorithm, as is like for life or something, will always it will always did come across um, people's notifications that are sub to her and into the homepage. So yeah. But so mm, I would just leave a like and stuff, up until that point, or up until this point. So I have reached out to her. This was last year. I reached out to her, not as of this year, of where she's been. No, I reached out to her last year, like April, like end of April, end of spring, into the beginning of summer. Um, ask her, say, I because I've been throwing around as of the last 2 years, my aviation challenges of how aviation has changed your life, and say the phonetic alphabet in 30 seconds or less. And having people doing a huge favor accepting these two challenges and using the hashtag TMCSC, and I would be greatly appreciated. But like I said, so far I've only had one participant, Sir, private pilot Chris Bartram, from who follows, I guess, semi follows breast now. I don't know if he still follows watching, but um, he's the only person that's done the challenge so far. I've been trying to get others to jump on the bandwagon and had no luck. So I reached out to her of asking politely the same thing, and she it seemed like she was going to accept to do it, but just never did. So not saying that I'm in my feelings or anything of her or anybody else. I reached out to do it and stuff, but uh, yeah. So like I said, I'm not a big YouTuber yet. That's if I was already big and hit the algorithm and then put the challenge out, then it'll get others to perhaps follow suit and set a challenge and then do their response videos too. You know. So but they're still there. But yeah, I did never see her actually do it. She was just still doing her of what most big YouTubers do at the end of the day. Whether that has something to do with it or not. To still put out their schedule based content as is. Um, I noticed that she tried to make it seem like she was a proud person, but really, per se, I would not say that because according to her, well, again when she was on Instagram and stuff back then, and perhaps even TikTok and all of her socials, and not just her website. But she would not disclose on what company she was working for, or working at, or used to work for. Well, one of those companies I found out where at the time, when after she got furloughed and was doing helicopter instruction or training, and then ended up flying corporate, she made it loud and clear in that particular video. Hey, I don't. Well, she said in the past that she don't disclose to people that. Well, I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't. I mean, you're on the internet. I feel like if you don't want your personal business put out there, that I said in a post last month, beginning of last month, stay your hot damn butt behind off the internet. That's how I look at it, because eventually somebody's gonna find out, you know, where you work for, not size where you live and stuff like that. It's public record, and you know, it's like enough as is as the back of the day of, you know, the the How to Catch a Predator, blah 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 show that was popular and famous during my years of growing up, early thousands, when I was in school, told people, there you go. It's like a version of that, you know. So you don't just come on here saying, "Oh, I'm gonna show people how to do this or do that," but can't say, "Oh, well, who you with, or who you working with, or who you working for," you know, like then try to, you know what I mean? Then try to literally blur out all of that stuff. Like, no, eventually somebody's gonna run into you. Like, oh, so you work for so and so, like, because it's funny. Like, I'm not saying that, oh, that she isn't a good or bad person, or this or that, real or fake. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is that some people just have their way of things, or how they go or do things, but it just kind of makes you want to scratch your head, you know, of like in this case again of why she's you know left left the scene ever since then. So, you know, yeah, that she did corporate work for a year, the past 4 months. But I'm saying I found out on her Instagram back then that it was twice. She did it twice where she forgot to scribble, scrabble, or blur out the company she was working for. And I'm figuring like, okay, I knew it all this time because you gave us hints, or you gave me a hint as to who you were working for. You mentioned the city that they're headquartered out of, which is Kinston, North Carolina. And it's like I already knew about the company, or her first heard about the company 2 years ago. So before her, or I don't know, but she might have found out through an online ad or something. I found out about the company on the billboard ad at the time, driving past it in North Carolina. And the name of the company, come to find out, corporate charter company, come to find out, is Fly Exclusive. And they're social media friendly because they're on YouTube, Instagram, not TikTok. And they just posted something like a week or so ago of clients of theirs, pastors who, you know, uh like their services all the time and always fly, charter them all the time. So I'm like, oh, no wonder, because yeah, in her pictures then on Instagram, or pop up things, it showed her tie and lanyard, it said fly exclusive. And I'm like, ah, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it wasn't no secret then, but it's not like I didn't, go tell on the company, like, oh, tell Nancy I said hello, so and so. But I did apply. I did apply for Fly Exclusive spring of this year for several different positions, non-pilot gigs, since I don't, like I said, have a pilot's license, or all my rest of my ratings or hours up to do that. I've applied for. They had what, custodial work, um, which really does part of our clean stuff. I'm saying custodial work, uh, aircraft detailer. They say, oh, that'd be a good position for you to apply for and work. We really need those. I applied for that, and any other things as far as like I said, as far as with the airplane, like fueling, line service, they have that position. I applied for those. And one by one, little by little, I was rejected, you know, but it was what it was. It had nothing to do with, her or anything else. Like I said, I ain't not one time mentioned about say, hey, she, but like I said, that she works there at the company. Like I said, she didn't even work there once. Yeah, she had left, and then January this year. Well, as far as the regionals that she was at, I think it kind of made sense or hinted. I think maybe PSA Airlines or Envoy or something. But well, she said the company is no longer in business. So which one is it? PSA still in business? I think Envoy is. But anywho, I just know Fly Exclusive still being around. Fly Exclusive's been around. If I had done a separate stream or video on them as is since then, I think since they said since 2003, 2004. Somebody on his channel, white guy mentioned, Caucasian guy spoke on behalf of them a year or so ago, I think, or before that. So so yeah, once she left there, I guess on good terms, Fly Exclusive on good terms, then because everybody was like, are you gonna one day fly for, a mainstream carrier in a Boeing or Airbus, to say the least? And she said she wasn't quite sure. She would just be happy just having a flexible schedule. Like I said, working for Fly Exclusive. Well, that dream came true, I guess, where she gave it a shot. Said somebody in the airline told her about, yeah, five mainstream, see what you could do flying an Boeing or Airbus. Well, come to find out, she beginning of this year took some time off because she was in the midst of doing training and so on, so, and then was letting folks know that this is what I've been up to, and yes, I'm going to do that. But then she changes up and says, I'll let you all figure out the airline I'll be working for, instead of me saying once again, I'm not revealing to y'all who I'm going to be working. And so we found out easily once again of her giving us the hints and showing it like United, obviously. So again, like I said, all these other pilots on here, when they transfer job hopping from company to company, hey, but how are you? From company to company and stuff, then you know it this show. Like there's no need to blur this stuff out as far as like what you do for a living. Like they are already like she that's another thing. She already got had when she was doing helicopter training as far as being instructor helicopters and stuff. Her whoever it was sitting next to her, he she had him blurred out his face. But this was what was weird to me. How you have a guy's face blurred out and he's holding a camcorder at the same time, filming just as you. This didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me at all whatsoever. That was like the only negative thing about it. So nonetheless, yeah, kind of find out United that that's where she was at, but she never said or mentioned. But I'm like, it's obvious. I'm maintaining, I'm trying to. It's obvious though. So uh, then as time went on, then she said one of her dogs passed away earlier this year around like spring. She did go to the air show for the very first time this past year. So like EAA Air Venture. Um, EAA Air Venture in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I don't know. Well, she had been back there since, but that was her first time. She probably would have had gone as of this year, but like I said, with training and stuff and all of that, that's where I'm lastly getting at. So yeah, her one of her dogs passed away or something, so she was dealing with that as is, and hadn't done a video in like a week because she was consistent every week putting out videos, mostly on Fridays, yeah, any other day of the week, and then like once or twice on a Saturday. That's how I reached out to her summer of last year, in the spring, beginning of summer last year, about her, uh, about her, you know, reaching out to her of her doing my challenge because somebody on her Instagram reached out to her about something else, help for tips and training, flight training, what have you, or something like that. She even done a video back then saying, don't give up, student pilots don't give up, don't quit, or why they quit, something like that. And even Brother Russ mentioned her in one of his older videos where he was in flight training, saying he follows her as well. And obviously she would know who he was because he is and still is small YouTube. He's about to reach 5,000 subscribers, but that's still small. If you're 10,000 or more, then okay. Anywho, uh, yeah, he showed in his video or his phone to everybody, that he follows her. So, like I said, there's some good points and some points that make you scratch your head. I'm not saying bad points, when it comes to people like that. I'm not saying her to be exact, but just in general. You do have some shady and shysty people, in aviation too as well in that field. But so yeah, the reason as far as her not being on here anymore, like I said, I came across uh her feed, Reddit post some like last month or whatever, was asking the same thing because it never slipped my mind. Like I said, I just know I had lost all the notifications and everything since this summer, July, of where could she what happened to her? Like, did her stuff get hacked or what? And people had different mixed opinions, saying um that the main reason, or what they think is the main reason, is while doing her certification training and stuff to fly Boeing's for United, which was 767, 777, 777. She said last in her video back then that she did a flight from Newark down to Houston, Newark Liberty International in Newark, New Jersey, down to Houston, Texas, at George Bush Intercontinental. Well, the flight did turn out as it would have been routine because of what people say in the comments, not from that video, but talking about Reddit, saying that it made news headlines that either they didn't say no name, no blame, either she or first officer or somebody, it was a belly landing coming into Houston. Like that the fuselage was almost, it was like bent, like almost half bent or something. So it's been speculations, I guess, since then, of maybe that was the reason why she, I guess, couldn't handle it anymore. I don't know. From my understanding, like I said, since I've been following her, it seemed like she was half, maybe semi confident. Again, I'm not trying to compare her to Jenny at all whatsoever. It's just but see, that's what I said the other day. With Jenny passing, like the women not always right in this case. They're just not. Not saying that they're super confident or not, but it's not the end all or be all. You know, and that goes for you too, but if you're still in, it's not the end all be all. Like I said, you will pass by your your test, both your tests. You know, once you do, yes, you will have your own hair salon. So don't give up. Don't give up. Like I said, that's the whole purpose of, I guess, such commentary. As is, as I'm about to hit 30 minutes. So, uh, yeah. So mainly was said that that mainly was said that she was giving negative, always couldn't handle get negative comments a lot back when her channel's videos were still up, and that she couldn't handle them quite well. And I'm like, that's what comes with the internet. You're gonna have to take constructive criticism. I don't care who it is, who you follow, don't follow. You can just leave a comment whether it's corresponds to the video or not. That's just the way the internet works. That's why I said the internet is not. I'm saying the internet is not made for everybody. They got that other saying, old saying too. Rest in peace, Coolio, as of it being a year now of his passing since last year, along with Queen Elizabeth II, saying he said in his Fantastic Voyage song lyrics, if you can't take the heat, get your A out the kitchen. It's that simple. Take your A out the kitchen. Get your A out the kitchen. If you can't take the heat, get your A out the kitchen. So, you know, that goes to everybody and everyone. So she couldn't, I guess, take it no more. But like I said, the other comments were, because of her belly landing with the other pilot during that time. Others said, "Oh, she felt miserably doing her training phases to getting into that plane, all kind of stuff." Like I said, not all women, everybody they'll just quit giving and just say goodbye. Like, no, she didn't even say no proper or nothing. I said, "Oh, I'm done with you." Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if she's still there, if she got let go from United. I don't know. I'd say as far as when she was get hired on with United and doing training, I said that, what I'm saying? I said that perhaps you would do some collab videos with this guy, Caucasian guy, Swain Martin. I guess that still works over there. He came over from what, Envoy American, but then currently worked for United as of last year, I think. No, last year or 2021. So, as far as her on the other hand, when she was at Fly Exclusive in the beginning of last year, I was like, and I said first in the comments, said like, you just like some other person or stewardess who works in the corporate field. That yes, that still does, and said that she's not going to build what she's worth for. Well, people suggested and made speculations that she works for NetJets, and that's what it looked like or what it seemed like to me. I'm like, gonna find out she worked for NetJets, so. But it is what it is. Like I said, I just recently seen a sister who drives buses in Baltimore. She said that the MTA is the name of the company or something like that. Well, if that's the case, why you still blur out the company on the side of the bus? Again, I don't. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I told you, other pilots and stuff and their companies, they know that they work for. It just shows. It just shows. It's literally nothing to hide at all at that point. So I can't stand or get it why people just come on here in front like they're this or that. That's my opinion, you know. So yeah, all these different mixed and reviews and criticism, you know, came from Nancy, but like I said, it just didn't seem like she. I don't know. It just this. She. She would show herself filming, from home, from her apartment down in Florida, Palm Beach area, I think. You know, and a little simulator project set up. And showed her husband a few times. I think, like when they again went to the air show, the Air Venture at Oshkosh this past summer, summer of last year. See what I mean? So, yeah, of course, she had got positive comments saying, keep up the good work, good to see you back, da 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 da. Of course, yeah, she literally skipped over my comments, but it's all good. Like I said, I was showing her support, and like I said, had reached out to her. Now, I never called her on phone, video call, voice call. You know, never had a phone on a person like that. But yeah. So it seemed like she, oh no, was a great person, but just could too seem, yeah, very disoriented, not disoriented. I'll say distracted, could be distracted at times, but I don't know what else can I say. I say that, that yeah, that any woman, whatever a man can do, a woman can do. Yes, that's true. But I'm not saying that in every field, though. You know, Again, it's that old saying: "Oh, anything a woman can do, anything a man can do, a woman can do." Yeah, sure. You take it how you want. You know. So, um, they because they always will say women are more self cautious than men. Yes, that is true to a certain extent. Like I said the other day, you know, that to a certain extent that they're always right and not to argue with them. But I don't know. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. At the end of the day. So um, I'm sure she's still flying and still passed by aviation. But I mean, once you wipe away all your channels, is it? Yeah, they because some people's like, oh, great that she's gone. Couldn't stand her. Da 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 da. Whatever. Like I said, I ain't saying any of that. I'm not saying any of that at all whatsoever. Like I said, it is what it is. You know, she seemed like a cool person, or was, or is a cool person. Um, born or from the Netherlands. She said. Now, you didn't have to say or mention that. That's already personal or private enough as it. If you don't want people to know who you're from, real from, maybe I don't know, but um, and she's what 40 in her 40s. Yeah, it had a birthday maybe a couple months ago or something. But I don't know, Nancy. If you see or watch this video, you probably know who I am. Like I said, this is not no diss stream at all whatsoever. Not bashing anything. This is just me expressing my thoughts and what you've probably again seen as far as maybe the Reddit post. I don't know, but um, I don't know if I didn't see anybody else put up nothing and saying or as a stream or video asking where you have been. They probably do know where you are. Those that you personally know and talk to and on a regular basis via phone. I know, like I said, me you don't. So, all right, that's it. Uh, thank you, Bot, for coming in and showing your support as always. Um, but not, but let's not let us not think and trying that that she might return or anything like that. So, like I said, I don't know the other news or information. I guess, as far as to drop the link to the belly landing or so on so that particular day, because that's what's like I said that was posted. So, like I said, people say, oh, that had a lot to do with it, and that she was involved. So, and that she was totally embarrassed. I mean, we all get that jitterbug and get a bit, something that can be our fault or half our fault or whatever. So, but the best of luck to your future endeavors. If you happen to return to YouTube and tell us what happened or went down, could have gave us an update right then and there when it happened, but that's your right to choose not to discuss with us. I mean, far as those who personally know what happened that you told, I don't know. Um, or if you just want to return and just forget all about it and just go back to your regular, yeah, I don't know. But I doubt she will not never return. I mean, of course, she's obviously what's still alive, I guess to say the least. Didn't hear anything about, oh, that she passed away as well. So, all right, 8 minutes over. So I ain't been on here for no hour or nothing like that. So just wanted to drop my that long of 2 cents on this woman Nancy, because their channel name used to be called Nancy Pilot, Nancy Bradshaw, certified flight instructor pilot. It was a long name for channel. Then she just changed it to Pilot Nancy as of like 2 years ago. But people still know as far as her last name being Bradshaw. So all you gotta do is search up and it just pops up. That's it. So happy Friday, everybody. Y'all enjoy your weekend. We got one more week left until Christmas. As far as Vlogmas goes, real fast, I've something I've never done. Not never was I interested in it. I see others who do it from all boards, maybe all as a different community, not community, but as far as that vlog, do it. Never heard as far as a vlogs giving, like Thanksgiving, like count all the days up until Thanksgiving to do. You know what I'm saying? Vlogs, stuff like that. It's always Christmas, vlogmas, vlogmas, vlog. Not as far as for New Year's or any other holiday of each year. So, yep, that's it. So I've already in advance to put in my monetization or as far as ads throughout the stream if y'all have already came across since then. So, yep. So Um, what are your thoughts? You probably leave below. One person so far who's came across far as my last stream with Jenny um, has been asking me about my situation with flight time and stuff. I said, well, it's currently on hold due to certain reasons or financially. That's the main thing. So, to you, sir, EJ Wash, and I've seen your account name as originally you were following Mike's channel, Mike of Mojo Grip, aka Mojo Grip, and as of Brother Russ Can Fly's channel. Ever since I've been sharing him out, as well. I've seen you in his comment section as well. Now I'm starting to see you in my all of a sudden. I've already responded back to you prior to starting the stream up. So, um, shoot, you could have been in here all the time and chatted with me. So, because that's a pretty good conversation, back and forth on, talking about. I see you don't do content, but you know, maybe channel creation is not for you and just only being channel for it. That's fine. Like I said, I was right where you were back then. Just support, like I said, Cessna 154 package and John 5700 Jonathan Caesar's channel. Then I think I would see myself, sharing my stories as is as of 4 years ago. Like I said, next month will be 5 year anniversary once again. So yeah. All right, that's it. Closing. Like I said, y'all enjoy your weekend. One more week comes Christmas and after that New Year's. So it's gonna be a lot of store 2024. And yes, I've already seen this is off topic, but yes, the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer they released last week. Well, we gotta wait a whole year until it releases. Not next year, so but we waited like almost a decade for that to happen. So yeah, it was already leaked like a few years ago. So the graphics really are pretty much just the same graph like from the GTA 5 because it's the universe eight of the edition, HD edition. So read the universe anyhow. All right, from my channel to your channel, salute.